Welcome back to another deck profile of Tamers. In today's profile we are covering Jesmon, primarily just the red base version. There's no Gankumons involved in this build, but it's just a nice change of pace to go back to a generic red base set for this deck, as it can still be quite aggressive and it can also do some funky things now with the new Systemons. So we'll dive into it as always. As for Digi-Eggs, we're only running 4 in total. I've opted to go back to Digimon from BT8, which is a when attacking once per turn. If this Digimon has 6000 EP or more, you draw 1 card. I initially did have the Coromons from BT14 in here, however that was primarily for the Ganku version I had previously. I don't really see the relevancy of it being in this deck anymore, so that's why I've opted to go back to these. As for rookies, we'll start with Huckmon from BT13. Just running a 3 of them for now. Your turn, when you play a Digimon with Systemon in its name, this Digimon may Digivolve into Bao Huckmon in the hand without paying the cost. Inherited wise, it comes with your turn once per turn. When you play a Digimon with Systemon in its name, you gain 1 memory. I initially had 4. I don't think you need 4 because the other Huckmons are a little bit better. Namely, for example, this one from BT20. It has a start of your main phase effect by trashing 1 card with Huckmon or Systemon in its name, or has the Royal Knight trait. From your hand you draw 1 card and gain 1 memory. Its inherited effect in this case is your turn, all of your Digimon gets plus 1000 EP. I genuinely find that this card is better than the previous Huckmon, mainly for that drawing memory build. But otherwise, my favourite Huckmon currently is this one on the screen, which is from BT23. It's on play, is reveal the top 3 cards of your deck and you add 1 card with either Huckmon or Systemon in its name and 1 Royal Knight trait Digimon card among them to your hand. You return the rest to the bottom of the deck. Much like the BT13 version, its inherited effect in this case is your turn once per turn. When any of your white Digimon are played, gain 1 memory. So that goes hand in hand with one of the level 6's ability, which you'll see shortly. Moving on to Systemons then, we got 3 Systemon Blancs from both ST12 and BT23. In relation to the ST12 version, the on-play is by trashing 1 card in your hand, you draw 2 cards. All turns, effectively it gives all of your Huckmon in name or Royal Knight trait Digimon cards decoy, red or black, just to prevent any effects from deleting them. As for the other Systemon Blanc from BT23, its on play is that you add your top security card to your hand and then you recover +1. And then your turn effect, when this Digimon suspends, one of your other Digimon may Digivolve into Digimon cards with either Huckmon in its name or the Royal Knights or CS trait in your hand, or trash with the Digivolution cost reduced by 1. It's crazy because there's not too much room for Systemons in this deck, especially with sort of the game plan, and it really does rely on your play preference to deciding what Systemons you need, which is really cool. Moving on to our champions, however, we got Bao Huckmon from BT13. It's your turn effects. When you play a Digimon with Systemon in its name, this Digimon may Digivolve into Savia Huckmon from your hand with the Digivolution cost reduced by 2. Its inherited effect, much like the Huckmon BT13 variant, it's your turn once per turn. When you play a Digimon with Systemon in its name, you gain 1 memory. And seeing as you're going to be playing quite frequently a Systemon, the memory gain is always going to be present. Next up is Bao Huckmon from BT20. It only comes with a main effect once per turn, but you may play 1 Digimon card with Systemon or Gankumon in its name from your hand with the play cost reduced by 2. This obviously goes hand in hand with the Systemons that you'll be playing in the deck. Additionally, it comes with an inherited effect of your turn. All of your Digimon gets 1000 EP. So again, just a nice little boost, just in case of any aggressive situations that your opponent may have. Next up, we've got our last 3 Systemons of the deck. So the first one is Systemon CL from BT20. Trash effect, all turns. When any of your Digimon are played, one of your Systemon CLs can Digivolve into this card without paying the cost. On play and when Digivolving, one of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers cannot suspend until the end of their turn. And the end of all turns effect is place this Digimon's top stack card on top of your security. Next up, you've got Systemon CL from BT23, which comes with blocker. On play, you delete one of your opponent's Digimon with a play cost of 4 or less, and its all turns effect is when this Digimon suspends, you de-digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon. Now, it's a very good defensive card, I find, for this deck. I was really skeptical of it when it was first announced, but having been, playtesting and using this in games now, it's actually comes up a lot more often than I initially thought. And it's a very, very good card for this deck. Moving on to our ultimate level Digimon now. So we're going old school. We're going back to BT6 Savia Huckmon. I'm only running 2 of these, and I'll explain why in a second. But when Digivolving, you may play one Digimon card with Systemon in its name from your hand without paying the cost. Its inherited effect when attacking once per turn. If you have a Digimon with Systemon in its name in play, you unsuspend this Digimon. It goes hand in hand with getting those Systemons out, but at the same time, it can also be used very aggressively if you've got the level 6 on top of it. Next up is 2 copies of Chimeramon from BT8. It can DNA Digivolve over any coloured level 4. And when Digivolving, you can place one level 5 or lower Digimon card from your trash underneath this Digimon as its bottom Digivolution card. And then up to 4 of your opponent's Digimon get minus 1000 DP for each of this Digimon's colours. Additionally, you're never going to get the 4 colours with this one, so the Your Turn effect doesn't really apply. But being able to essentially get a free swing using your level 4s is quite handy. The last set of ultimates in this deck is Savia Huckmon from BT20. On play when Digivolving, you delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 5000 DP or less. At the end of your turn, by suspending one of your other Digimon, this Digimon may Digivolve into a card with Jesmon in its name without paying the cost. Additionally, its inherited effect is as long as this Digimon has Royal Knight trait, it gains Alliance. This is probably the best card in the deck, hands down. Moving on to the second best card in this deck is Jesmon from BT23. Might get some jip for that comment, but you never know. Comes with Russian Alliance. When Digivolving and when attacking, you either play out a token or play out a Systemon from your hand or trash without paying the cost. You can't play Digimon that already have the names in play. Your turn once per turn, when any of your Digimon are played, this Digimon may attack. It's super aggressive. At the same time, it's spamming bodies out, so you can either go wide or just go aggressive. It's really, really good. As for the EX antibody versions, I'm running 2 from BT10. It comes with Piercing. When Digivolving, you may play one Digimon card with Systemon in its name from your hand or trash. And then if you have either Jesmon in its sources or a Systemon in play, effectively all of your Digimon get an additional 2000 DP and can swing over unsuspended Digimon. I prefer this over the newer one. I know the newer one comes with Digimon protection, but you can Digivolve for 0 with this on top of any Jesmon and seemingly keep your turn. As for the level 7s in the deck, namely Jesmon GX. From BT10, when Digivolving by placing one of your Royal Knight trait Digimon cards from either your trash or your hand as its bottom Digivolution card, you can then activate that card when Digivolving effects, and then this Digimon gains Blitz. All turns, for every Royal Knight trait card it has as a source, it gains Piercing, Blocker and Security Attack +1. This card is a Royal Knight deck killer. So if you're having any issues against that, pick this card. Jesmon GX Ace, however, on play when Digivolving and when attacking is once per turn, but by placing one Royal Knight trait card from your hand or your trash rather, as its bottom Digivolution card, you can delete one of your opponent's Digimon with as much DP. When attacking, once per turn, this Digimon unsuspends, and then for every 2 Royal Knight trait cards in its sources, you trash your opponent's top security stack. So again, it's just very strong. Surprisingly, I do run 1 Tamer. I'm running Hero from BT8. It's a memory setter, so you'll always start at 3 memory, and its Your Turn effect is ultimately used only if you attack with a level 5 or higher Digimon, in this case anyway. You may suspend this Tamer, and then one of your Digimon gets 2000 DP for the turn. Sometimes having the extra 2k is nice, and it does work, but mainly the reason why we have this is just to keep us at 3 memory and avoid us risking losing turn. One of the strongest option cards in the game right now is Crimson Blaze from BT8. You can reduce its play cost by 1 for every Digimon card that your opponent has in play, but mainly your opponent can't play Digimon by effects until the end of their turn, and then you delete all of their Digimon with 6000 DP or less. Security effect is that you activate the main effect. But this card is just so good at the moment in this game that I just don't see it disappearing anytime soon, but it's a good one-off. Moving on to the Systemon Sisters Training Gym from BT23. The main effect is draw 1, then place this card in the battle area. Your turn effect is when any of your Digimon digivolve either into something with Huckmon in its name or Jesmon in its name, you can activate Delay, which is ultimately you may play one card with Systemon in its name from your hand or trash without paying the cost. The security effect is exactly the same, but this card is actually very good. Another card I was a bit skeptical with at first, but it genuinely is very good. And finally, from Master to Disciple SD12, you revealed the top 3 cards of your deck. Add one card with either Huckmon or Systemon in its name or Royal Knight traded, and then you trash the remaining cards. In terms of the delay effect, the next time one of your Digimon would digivolve that turn, you reduce the cost by 1, and it's a stacking effect as well, so you can activate multiple of these to increase the reduction cost. But otherwise, it's pretty much the same for the security effect as well. But that's it. That's our 50 card deck profile. I still think Jesmon is highly underestimated by opponents. Yeah, it takes a while to get it working, but in most cases it does work now, especially with all the new cards. But at the same time, it's still incredibly fun to play, so I'm not going to complain either way. But as always, thank you very much for watching the video. Leave a comment below, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you all in the next one.